Hey guys, I am back again for another Batman video, and as promised from the previous review I posted of the Spin Masters Batman Returns action figure for the 85th anniversary of action figures based on the movies. Anyway, this video is entirely focused on Kenner figures that I bought off of eBay because I got motivated again to finally get these action figures again. Before we start on the actual focus of Batman Kenner figures, there is at least one Kenner figure that isn't really related to Batman, but this is something I'm just going to get right off the bat really quickly, and that is Superboy from the 1995 Superman Man of Steel toy line. And I also got his little claws right here, the crap, I already forgot the name of these, but I'll just put it in the text in the video. But he has these. But I did try these on earlier, so I don't really feel like putting them on here. They do get the LexCorp logo on there, as you can see the detailing on these already. But they go on his hands, but I don't feel like putting them on there.
Okay, just for the sake of demonstrating what the action figure is really supposed to do, because I decided not to in the actual review. So really, it's a spring-loaded mechanism. So you just place it on there straightforward, and you got the little arm peg that's supposed to show up right there, and you twist it this way, you know, like the other way around. Like, go to the straight line, so you see the peg. Might not see enough because of the lighting. And then twist that sucker like that. And the peg will stay in place. And it's supposed to shoot out. And all you gotta do is turn it the other dang way around. And it will just fire away. Like that. And the second one can do the same. Just same way here. Turn it that way. And then firing it by turning the other direction. Just like that. So yeah, that was pretty fun. I wish I knew how to do that earlier.
Just get it off to the side. But as you can see, this is Superboy, the very duped out 90s cool dude looking Superboy. It's pretty nice looking, honestly. The real motivation of me buying this figure right off the bat is that this character is now going to be featured in My Adventures with Superman Season 3. I am literally super excited to see Superboy show up in that third season, because I don't know, this show has always won me over for its first two seasons. It's such a great show. If you still haven't watched that, please watch it. But yeah, here's Superboy right here. It looks pretty nice. The detailing looks nice, as you can get for a typical standard of the Kenner toy line of that time, 1995. Funny, this figure came out the exact same year around the Batman Forever toy line, so it's got the same type of good looking detail as you expect. It's got a pretty decent looking likeness to whoever the heck it's supposed to represent. I'm just going to be assuming the comics variation of the character. Here's the back of the character. He's got the S logo embedded into his jacket, which is very good, honestly. It's like Superman has a cape that has an S logo at the back. This guy just got the biker jacket with an S attached to the background, so it's really nice. Also got some red pants, very bright, vibrant red pants. I would have preferred if it was a little bit muted, but at the same time, it looks pretty good. Also got some nice muscle definition. It's very tight pants. There's his boots down there. It's got some yellow details added on there too. Overall, it's just an overall nice figure. I just thought it looked very cool. It took me a while to finally get this guy though, because I was actually bound to get this a long while ago, but most of the ones I found were not in a good condition, so this one happens to be in decent condition. So we're gonna go ahead and move Superboy aside and finally get onto the Batman figures that I have. Here's one that I said I was gonna get and kind of hold it off a little bit, but now I finally got it, and that is the Penguin from Batman Returns. The least movie accurate looking character. They did at least give him an extended nose. I mean, this figure is essentially a redone version of their Superpowers collection Penguin. This figure is kind of nice, honestly. It's just basically a standard Penguin. I actually really do like this figure. It's like just imagining if Batman Returns didn't take the direction they went, and they got this guy to be, you know, just typical crime lord Penguin. I mean, I don't know. I've been thinking about a lot of possibilities of how cool it would have been. But again, I like the film that we got, but again, it just makes me think. I mean, it's a pretty standard figure, basically a normal version of Penguin. Nothing too mutated, nothing too freaky about him other than that elongated nose he has and all that. And also, this portion is removable. Just have to remove the peg. This is supposed to be like a umbrella jetpack while simultaneously being some kind of weapon. I wouldn't say a jetpack. It's more like it plays two ways. It's like a backpack that plays around with the umbrella, which is also a mechanism where you just shoot it out like this. So basically, it's kind of like a 2-in-1. Also, the umbrella here, it's not in the best condition, considering I just noticed there is a tear in there. Like, it is quite broken, but at the same time, it's keeping its shape, so it's not the end of the world. So I try to find the most affordable one but came at a cost. Pretty nice looking umbrella. Got red, black, and white. Not much to really say about that, but here's the weapon itself. And it also has clamps where you can attach to the arm right here. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get it in there, depending on how you get it in, but it does fit on there. So now he just has an umbrella launcher. That's basically what this is. But since it is an umbrella that he usually just flies with, I was just going to keep this to his back. And it's quite nice, as you see in the commercials, obviously, in the toy commercials. And all I can really say is that it's just nice to finally own, a Penguin figure of the Kenner era of Batman toys or Superpowers toys, even though it's a repurposed figure, but finally got that one. And figure number 3 that we had to go through is, of course, Batman Forever's deluxe Talking Riddler figure. After finding that toy commercial of this particular figure, I finally motivated myself to get this guy. And this was the only one that I could actually find, and that was in pretty decent condition. And honestly, I didn't expect to find this in the package, like, whatsoever. So nice to finally own this particular version of the Riddler, as I've kind of held this off a little too much. Oh, by the way, this is the second Batman Forever figure I actually owned that came in the package, or at least supposedly, because the first one I had was the Recon Hunter Batman figure, but that package wasn't really in the best condition. But this right here is full-blown package, like, almost straight up untouched, but of course it's not like in the most pristine condition. But as you can see, it's just a pretty nice looking package design in general. You got the Batman Forever logo right there, the great illustration of Jim Carrey's Riddler looking all crazy but really fun. We got that mechanism with the talking action features, of course, with the 3 phrases that he's supposed to say, and then got a little sticker with the exclusive Batman and Superman figure offer. Not sure how that looks. I'll just have to tear it off and see how it's supposed to be.
Filming this little portion, and here is basically what the sticker is supposed to be for the exclusive Batman Superman figure offer. And here is the figures here. They're mostly from Total Justice, but they're also inspired by their respective animated series variations, I guess. But it looked pretty nice from the picture, even though you might not be able to see it perfectly. And it's how it looks on the other side. Yeah, that's basically it for this one.
And then you got the Batman Forever logo text right there, the figure itself right there, Deluxe Talking Riddler with 3 real movie phrases, and then a Try Me portion right there in the package. Going over the back of the package, we have the Batman Forever logo again, the Talking Riddler, and the instructions of what you can do with the figure on here, like the demonstration of what the action feature could do. And then we got the entire Batman Forever collection, well, somewhat of the entire collection, but it's showcasing many figures of the toy line. And seriously, if it's one thing I'll have to say is I'm eyeing on getting the Power Beacon Batman figure next. I mean, yeah, that guy right there. I just don't know. Something about that figure, I was always obsessed with the way that figure looks. I already have the Recon Hunter Batman figure, which I did take a look at a collection video. I also have the Skyboy Robin right there. And I also have the Street Biker Robin figure, but I don't have the motorcycle, of course. I also have the Bruce Wayne figure, which, again, only got it loose without the gear. And I only had the Two-Face figure, but I got the 2-pack version that came with the movie version of Riddler. But yeah, and that's basically it for that. So we can go ahead and take this whole figure out the package and take a closer look at how the Riddler looks. Alrighty, so we got our deluxe Talking Riddler out of the package. And let's go ahead and make a comparison with the standard Riddler from the 2-pack and the Riddler here. Now, of course, this Riddler is supposed to be representative of how he looks throughout the finale of Batman Forever, which he looks very zany with that duped out looking hairstyle. Seriously though, this getup though is pretty incredible. But yeah, this is the standard Riddler here with the normal size Riddler cane. And then we got this Riddler with a massive Riddler cane that can just slide right down there with that battery compartment right here. But as we take a look at the figure, of course, the body of the figure is the exact same as that previous Riddler figure that we just compared it to. Nothing really too special other than the fact that it is recast and repainted into this glossy style white with a lot of green question marks. And of course, a new head sculpt, which half of it looks like it's the same, but they definitely resculpted the hair. It looks very funny, but at the same time, it captures Jim Carrey's zaniness perfectly. It's just such a great looking figure. As usual, there's really nothing else to say other than it's really good. Could have continued that pattern on the back, but if they wanted to, I'm not sure if that's really the case. But at the front, it's fine. So overall, the figure is nice as usual, just like the previous Riddler. But of course, we'll take a look at this compartment. And before I get any further than that, I have to mention one thing. Those are the batteries that came with it. Dang near 30 years old, and the batteries have corroded. Thankfully, though, I have replaced those batteries. I used the batteries for the Ceratosaurus that I reviewed on my first channel, which is the Chaos Theory Epic Evolution Ceratosaurus that I reviewed. Wanted to make sure the compartment still works after almost 30 years, and quite frankly, it actually does. But we're going to look at the way this compartment looks. All the gadgets and gizmos or whatever the heck this thing is compiled up, it's pretty much how you expect this would look like. It just looks pretty nice though overall. It's a nicely designed contraption of computer, keyboard, television, like radio, gadgetry, whatever the heck. This whole dang thing is a contraption of madness. But it's a very nice looking design. And of course it has a clip back here, which you can attach right behind Riddler, just like that. He just goes around looking like this with the contraption on. And of course, it does make the sound effects as you push the little gray button right there. And you can hear the phrases come out from the back like this. And yeah, it actually does work. I'm seriously surprised it still works after all that time. I mean, those batteries that were right there, they're corroded and all that. It's just funny how the electronics didn't die out this quickly. Yes, it's not loud, but you can still hear it. That's just nice. And of course, the cane, it's loose, but it's supposed to be loose. I'm assuming it's supposed to be like that. So it looks like the cane is spinning in a direction. It's an overall very nice figure entirely. It's like, got really nothing else to say other than it's very nice that I finally have this particular Riddler figure in my collection. Just without a doubt, one of the coolest and funniest figures I have in my collection. So yeah, right alongside the other Riddler. Actually, I'm just going to focus on just figures for the lot, so I can't really have him be in there. The next figure we're going to go over, which is a figure that I've also wanted to try to get for my collection, and that is Batman and Robin's Bane. The better looking Bane, not the one that came in the actual film. But yeah, this is Bane, and I finally got every accessory he has alongside it. And I only got it loose out the package. It is a really darn good figure for what it is. Not even accurate to the film, but that is A-okay with me. At least you still got the poison pump thing right there, but it's much better than the final film version, let's be real. And it's also even goofier because it's got this duped out gauntlet here with a blade attached to it. And it's got this thing, which it's kind of cool, honestly. Just the accessories he comes with. I mean, you didn't have to include these. With or without them, he just looks like a very cool looking Bane. And of course, the pump is a separate piece right here. So I can just detach right there and it'll just be normal standard Bane without all that toxic waste putting it into his brain. Very nicely detailed. You see the veins on his muscles, of course. It's a very pumped up figure. It just looks so good. Like, without a doubt, this is easily one of the best figures in that toy line because it just doesn't look like what the film actually ends up doing. It would have been better if the film version was like this, to be honest. It didn't have to be the way it did, but overall, it's just such a cool looking figure. Like, I got nothing else to say other than that it just looks so good. Here's the backside. Just admiring how this figure really looks. Like, it just looks like any standard comic book Bane. For a movie tie-in Bane figure, this is definitely better than what we actually get in the final film. It would have been nice if we had a movie version of Bane released as a figure, but then again, this is better without a doubt. I like this figure. Go ahead and slide all the accessories over here, and then let's go ahead and put Bane over the other side. You might not see him in frame, but we can go ahead and turn the frame just right here. Now the last figure we're going to go look at in this figure lot, which I actually was going to plan on doing this on its own depending on the delivery date, but I'm going to put it in the video right here. And also, funny enough, since I'm doing these videos, I want to make a saying I ended up watching Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Well, prepare up to doing this because I never knew they were playing on HBO. But yeah, they were on HBO. I caught them on viewing, and man, I still like those movies. Anyway, so here's the final figure we're going to look at for the collection, and that is the FUJIFILM exclusive Batman and Robin George Clooney Batman, which is basically an all-black rendition of the character. This is basically a repaint of the heat scan Batman released in the exact same figure line, but this is only available as a FUJIFILM exclusive. I've always wanted to get this for some reason. I never thought I was going to actually get this, but I finally got it in hand, and my goodness, this is really one of the coolest figures for George Clooney's Batman. Like, it just looks so cool. That all that black, it actually looks really damn good. I'm not even gonna lie. Of course, there's the head sculpt right there, and the head sculpt looks pretty nice. Of course, it's got the George Clooney likeness, but overall, the figure itself just looks good. The ears may be a little warped because it's been out in the heat, but I don't really give a crap much about it. But I'm just adoring the heck out the way this looks. It's just such a cool looking suit. Of course, it's the heat scan suit. And also, to compare it right off the bat with the figure that I have with the same body, is my custom Val Kilmer figure with a cloth cape and all that. And the body was basically a JLA repaint. I decided to use that, and this one has the gold Batman emblem. So as you can see the difference. And just imagine if they used this black on this figure instead, it would have been better then. It would have actually been like a Panther suit, but this figure just looks so cool. I almost forgot to compare it to the other George Clooney Batman figure that I own, and this one is supposed to be the more movie accurate rendition, considering that the suit design looks less like the heat scan version. But at the same time, just imagine if all that black was implemented on this one, would have been 100%. But honestly, both these figures look pretty nice. There's really nothing else I can say about that. I will also say that I like the way this one is painted more. It's like a matte finish. This one's more glossier finish and has paint wear on its bat symbol. But this right here is perfect. It's so perfect. Also, he has a plastic cape, and again, it's the same cape from the Heat Scan Batman. Overall, this whole figure is basically a repaint of Heat Scan Batman. Go ahead and remove the cape real quick. This is the back side, how it looks from here. So again, the whole figure itself is just basically the exact same as the Heat Scan Batman and the previous Batman custom that I just showed. Just an overall very nice figure, and of course, I just can't stop fanboying over it. Like, just love the way how the bat symbol is also painted in too. It's a nicely painted bat symbol. That is very nice. Would have been cooler if this was gold though. No, seriously, it would have been a lot cooler if it was gold. Oh yeah, the only flaw of this figure is that he really can't stand up properly because of that heavy freaking cape. Again, it's a plastic cape. It would be a lot better if it wasn't, you know, plastic. It would have been better if it was cloth. Yeah, he's having stability issues. He cannot stand up with that cape, hindering his position. Just trying to get him to stand up. Maybe I have to balance one of his feet to be... Okay, that's how it's going to be. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Honestly, I'm finally glad that I got these particular figures. It's very nice that I'm collecting these figures again. It's always very fun to collect some of these figures, especially considering that most of them I just really like to complete my collection and also get to know like how it feels to have certain figures in hand. It's very nice that I finally own all these guys. So that's pretty much it for this. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be seeing you guys later.